On Friday, an executive order announced new tariffs on various large vehicles and their parts, in addition to updates to the existing automobile tariffs. Here's everything you need to know. The Secretary of Commerce has identified a threat to national security based on a lack of production of medium and heavy-duty vehicles, as well as their parts. Due to this, the following Section 232 tariffs go into effect on November 1st. First is a 25% tariff on those medium and heavy-duty vehicles and their parts, and second is a 10% tariff on buses and other similar vehicles. Here's all the details and exemptions that apply. Importers of MHDVs that qualify for the US-Mexico-Canada agreement can submit documentation to the Secretary of Commerce that proves what percentage of their imports are US content. This will then allow you to pay only the additional tariff rates on the non-US content. Note that if CBP determines overestimates on the amount of US content, the 25% tariffs will retroactively apply to the full value of the vehicle produced and to all vehicles of the same model since the wrong reporting began. Additionally, parts of MHDVs will be exempt from these new tariffs until a process has been determined on how to only tariff the non-US content of those parts. These new tariffs will also not apply to vehicles that were manufactured at least 25 years prior to their date of entry. You can think of this as the antique exemption. Now here's the big one. From 2025 until 2030, US assemblers of MHDVs and automobiles can get a rebate of up to 3.75% of their produced vehicle's total value to offset the tariffs on imported parts that make up 15% of each vehicle. A similar rebate is coming for MHDV engine manufacturers once a process has been established. Knockdown kits and other equivalent part compilations will not qualify. A process will be set up to define exactly how this will be managed. The same tariff stacking rules will apply to the MHDVs as they do to automobiles. Right now, that currently means all Section 232s are negated, but other things like anti-dumping and countervailing will still apply. There's also more good news for Canada and Mexico steel and aluminum producers. If they smelt or produce these metals in their own countries, which then supplies US auto or MHDV manufacturers, they can get a reduction in their tariffs down to 25%. Now here's a fun one. If a vehicle part is not explicitly covered by the auto or MHDV tariffs, is not from Chapter 72, 73, or 76, and is used for auto or MHDV production or repair, importers can choose which tariff they are claimed under, the autos or the MHDVs. As per usual, the scope of the articles affected by these tariffs is subject to change, and if it does, I'll be sure to let you know. Articles entering a US foreign trade zone after November 1st must be admitted in privileged foreign status, except for those admitted under domestic status. These articles will be subject to duties based on their HTS subheading upon consumption. Lastly, you can only claim standard manufacturing drawback refunds for the MHDVs and auto parts tariffs. If you already get a refund for export-related duties, a reduction in your import offset credit may apply to prevent double benefits for the same imports. That's all for now, but I'll update you again when these changes are published to either the HTS or the Federal Register. Be sure to follow for more quick tariff updates, and if the tariff updates are driving you crazy, be sure to check out HTS Hero. Take care and talk soon.